Everybody!
Hello and welcome to Draig Dice, the Pathfinder 2nd edition stream here on the Bunny and Dragon Network. I am your host and dungeon master, Diddy Dragon, and I am joined by several wonderful hyenas, apparently. I am joined by my players today. We have Amelia playing Matilda, the Mousefolk Bard.
Hey.
We have Ekpi as Arpy, the Puppet Gunslinger.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in the situation.
We have
I'm not going to tell you.
we have Bunny as Jomin, the Halfling Cleric.
Hi, everybody.
We have Julia, aka
Hi.
Sword, as Memory, the Human Magus.
Oh yeah.
And finally, we have Zedian as Dave, the Human Barbarian.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. It has been a while, so we will recap what we can. After you finished all of your business in the city of Wayside, you stopped some attacks. You stopped a crazy necromancer who was using a very powerful necromancy curse on the local wildlife. You stopped the child snatching cult, known as the Pipers. And you stopped the local bandits clan from attacking people. All in all, a very good job. And you were then recruited to be bodyguards for the king himself. And having accepted the job, you set out on the airship along with Kin Kevga Oldek, his wife Queen Nerden Oldek stayed behind to run the city in his absence. But you travelled with him and a couple of other important people in the city, including a priestess of Pharasma who has just straight up never given you her name, as well as a wizard and a few other people. You set out on an airship to go towards Crater Point City because the kin has been summoned there for a meeting, for an assembly of leaders around the continent. And you set off on a wonderful journey, setting off on the airship. And time has passed. And the airship journey is a couple of days, and you have been travelling for some time. You've been travelling for about a day, and you travel. So it's about a 3-day flight by airship, because the airships are very fast. And you're at this time late into the second day of travel. As like afternoon, late afternoon is approaching, the sun's gonna set soon. It is winter. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is starting to set as you all find yourselves on parts of the airship. Does anyone want to, talk to anyone on the airship? There are several NPCs around. There are guards who, some of whom are manning these giant mechanical guns, like giant cannons, on the airship itself. You have the kin, you have his wizard bodyguard, and a few other guards. The priestess of Pharasma is around, and you all have each other as well. So, what do you guys get up to during your airship journey?
I think I'll have Jomin just maybe walk around, just explore, I guess.
Yeah, you're exploring the airship, doing a bit of a walk around the place. You find yourself late into the evening on the forecastle on the front of the airship, as it sails on through the air towards towards Crater Point. You can see at this point you have passed the midway point, and you are now outside of the Trackstill region, and you're now in Draigmais, in the region south, the kingdom south of the one you were in of Trackstill.
How we see them? Do we see just giant lines separating the land?
No, but
just
there's
like
a
on
forest
maps?
and a mountain. There's a forest and a big range of hills that sort of mark the point between the two regions. At this point, you are just coming into Draigmais, and from up this high, you see a lot of clouds. But in breaks in the clouds, you can see very far, of course, from this high up. You could see across this large woods, this large forest that stretches ahead, and you just about can make out the rise of spires over the horizon.
What do my eyes see?
About the same thing, I think, because I don't think you can see further.
Yes, I can. That's the whole point.
It also depends on whether this is a world like our world, or whether this world flat. The conspiracy theorists assemble. I'm going to say that this is well, you don't nobody has circumvented this world but it's not a flat. It doesn't appear to be a flat world.
Wow.
Yeah, by our physics.
A flying ship yet still not. Yeah, it's flying ship.
Nah,
Still
yes,
circumventing
it's
the
been
world?
circumvented. I was thinking of my other world. This world has definitely been circumvented, and it is a round world. How lovely.
Okay, but how round? Isn't it kind of an oblong round, or maybe Christopher Columbus was right, and it was actually like pear-shaped?
Oh god.
This world is shaped however I want it to be shaped.
Yeah, and well then, how do you want it?
It's
I need to know the technical
It is
effects
perfect.
of.
Well, nobody's gone high enough into the atmosphere to be able to tell.
Wow, but it is possible to calculate such stuff.
Yes, you have ice slash. You can see 4 times further than normal. Yeah. So Dave, through your magical sight, you can see over. You don't know. That's the answer. You don't know. Dave, as you stand on the bow and Joey comes up with your magical sight, you can see like almost over the curve of the world, and you can see Crater Point in the far distance. You can see it's this very large city that is suspended over a huge crater. Like the city itself is built suspended by like stilt like legs and linked to the mainland by suspension bridges, so that the entire city is just here suspended over the crater. Like it's not actually touching the floor. It's magically aloft, and its only connection to the ground is these 4 bridges, one north, east, south, and west. And you can see the city itself sort of dips to match the shape of the crater and gets low to the floor, but doesn't actually touch it. It's a wonderful city of remarkable magical engineering.
I'm gonna ask some of the guards of the crew.
Yeah.
Be like, hello.
Yeah. You have a guard. One of the guards is sort of taking a break, and resting near the fin with you. It's like, hello.
Hello, my friend. I have a question.
Yes. What is it?
So, about the city down there.
What? Let's see. What
There's
you
a
mean?
city down there. The one that's floating.
Wait. You mean Crater Point?
Yes.
He squints into distance. You can see that from here?
Yes, name is special.
I'll say. But yeah, I know Crater Point.
Okay. So, question: How did that place get to float around like that?
I don't know, magic.
Really? How long is it floating?
Wizard did it.
It's been floating for, I don't know, hundreds of years, ever since the city was built, I guess.
Oh, how curious. And does the city belong the same way as the previous one to the king over here, or is it someone
Oh
else?
goodness, no, 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 no. We've left our territory now. This is Draigmai's territory.
What can you tell me about the lands of the Draig Mice?
Well, Draigmai's is neutral land, kinda. It's ruled by the council. It's ruled by the Council of Dragons, and they they rule the lands. They're sort of like I guess
Hey,
politicians.
there are real dragons?
Oh goodness, no, no! It's just a moniker, just a name. The rumor says that the story is that the council was first set up by the heroes, by the dragon heroes, thousands of years ago.
I see. That's
You know this.
quite
You
an
know the
interesting-
stories, right? Or maybe you don't. You're not from around here.
No, I come from the land beyond the sea. That's why I'm asking.
Well, many years ago, there were 6 heroes who defended the world from a demonic invasion, or defended this land from demonic invasion on them by riding into battle on 6 dragons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The dragon riders.
Yeah, well, the dragon riders overthrew the demons, banished them back to the other world, and then they just sort of set up they set up the city and ruled over this patch of land and sort of made the council as a way to, I don't know, the politician things, get people together to talk their problems out rather than stabbing their problems out, Me, I just prefer to stab my problems, but politicians like to talk.
I approve of stabbing.
I prefer
you're
stabbing,
sneaky.
stabbing my problems away, but sadly I can't stab my wife.
Is everybody just snuck up to listen to the
No, this was out of character.
Well, is the memory actually there?
Oh, memory is lurking in the shadows.
Memory, make me a stealth roll to see how well you snuck up there, and he's dropped on that.
Just really
Of course.
I do apologize. I have to step away for
Oh.
probably a minute or
That's
two.
okay.
My grandma's computer's frozen again, so
It's
I have
okay.
to go fix it again.
No problem.
It's okay. A minute has passed.
23 on stealth. Yep. You the guard almost falls off of the airship as he jumps in surprise. Like, oh my goodness, don't do that. Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry about that. I
Are
can
you
be
sorry?
quite quiet, it seems.
Are you sorry? Are you really?
I will report to you've fallen.
Oh
Right,
goodness.
you.
What about... Okay, so what about, Matilda? What are you doing at this moment?
Matilda is about to run to the side of the airship because she's finding the air travel not so great.
Okay, so you're throwing up at the side, over the side of the airship.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're throwing up at the side of the airship, like the priestess of Pharasma is nearby, just sort of pats you on the back as you're throwing up. It's like
I wanted to say that RP would have been seeing her problems with airships and would have been consoling her all the time as well.
Yeah, RP and the priestess of Pharasma are both there. RP consoling you, the priestess of Pharasma is just patting you on the back.
It's like, don't you worry, don't you worry, it's everything. We're currently probably flying over an unpopulated land, so nobody's gonna feel any of this.
Well, actually, I think there's a town just down there. Let's hope we missed it.
Then you're fertilizing the fields then. As I think. I heard that excrement is apparently very nice for fertilizing. So, what's the difference? I think still comes out of you.
The guard who is manning the giant magic gun thing that's right next to you guys just looks at you with a really confused and weirded out expression.
I mean, he has a point.
Yeah, you know, all the see positives here.
Well, as the time's going by, you hear Matilda. Did you respond to this conversation in any way?
Sorry, my brain's just completely blanked for a minute.
Okay. Would you like to respond to RP's consolements?
Yes, Matilda would probably be like, yes, I've heard the rumour about the whole fertilisation thing. Let's just hope it works. And then starts again.
At this moment, I would like Dave, Jomin, and Memory to make me perception checks, as well as make one for the guard who is at the front with you all.
Does not sound good.
Do I get advantage?
The guard rolled a natural 20, just so you know. Do you get advantage? Does your ice slash give you any bonuses to perception checks?
No. That's why I'm asking if it's like side-based, maybe I see it clear, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna stick with 25.
Yeah, 25 is great anyway.
Yeah.
22. Okay. Oh yeah, Jomin has popped out, but Jomin's perception is plus 10, so Jomin would probably also succeed. I'll do a quick little roll for Jomin. But I'm gonna assume, yeah, that's a success. The four of you up there, and Fort sort of flying around, lands on the side of the ship and starts squawking distressedly. And as the four of you look forwards, you see the sun is setting. The sun sets to the east, doesn't it?
The sun sets in the west, I'm pretty sure.
Well, in this world, the sun sets to the east.
Okay.
Okay. Then why did they name it east west and west east? You know, it just seems very weird.
Sun sets east in this world. You can see the sun is setting.
All they need to do is just rename it.
And you see figures moving on the horizon. And as the figures start moving closer, you can see wings. It looks like birds, but as they get closer, you realize that they are very big birds.
What do I see?
You see 3 distinct shapes flying towards you, wings beating. And as they draw closer, you see figures on the back of these shapes, riding them directly towards your airship.
Or is it the wyvern? Is it the flying lizard? Is it the dragon?
Well,
Is it the hippogriff?
as the 3 figures get closer, you can all see that 2 of these figures are huge eagles, eagles the size of horses, with people, some of whom are people clad in armor, on their backs, and behind them, a huge, scaly beast with a single rider atop it. You hear the blow of a war horn from the riders.
I presume that's not the welcoming ones.
The guard yells out behind him to the rest of the airship, "We're under attack!" As the flying figures approach.
Wow, a bit of escalation. Maybe they're just on a nightly stroll. You know, just getting their wing beats in.
Why would they be?
And I need you all to make me initiative rolls. However, those of you who just rolled perception, I will allow you to use that perception score as your initiative score.
Okay, sure. How do I transfer that?
Activate your character's like your toggle combat state, and I will set the number.
Where do I activate that?
Right click your token, and you'll have toggle combat state.
I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you.
Alright, I set it up.
Did I miss anything?
They are
we're being
big things
attacked.
flying towards you. You're under attack.
Of course we are.
Yeah. We all expected this.
25. RP, have you rolled? Yes.
Yes.
I'll roll one for Gore. Memory, add yourself to the toggle your combat state. Gore gets a 15.
How do I do that again?
Right click and they'll have a little toggle combat state button.
I can't see. Let me just zoom in.
Wait. Oh, we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, but I allowed those,
okay.
including Jomin, to gain an automatic whatever their perception check was, and Jomin got a good perception check, so I put that in for Jomin automatically.
Oh.
Ah, there we go.
Also,
Memories is there.
so that means you rolled for me already?
Yep,
Oh,
you're
sorry.
added to the initiative already. Okay, update participant.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the battle is set to begin. And at the top of the round, one of the giant eagles is the first to act in the round. And what that eagle does is... What's your fly speed? It's fly speed. Yeah, you can all draw a weapon on your character sheet for free at the start of your initiative. Some of you already have weapons drawn.
I can already do that.
Draws out fist.
The one giant eagle flies forwards, and as it flies down towards your ship, towards your airship, the riders upon its back, it actually attempts to strike and grab the guard that is standing next to Dave in memory. It attempts an attack against him and is going to hit because it got 29 to hit. It actually critically hits him.
I am, and also as my 10 paces free action that activates on initiative rolls, I can just step 10 feet as a free action, so I'm just gonna use it to move on to Gore.
Yep, you jump up onto Gore's back for free at the start. Meanwhile, the eagle flies down, and this is, I think, slashing damage. Triple damage. Decapitation, this effect is called. The target must succeed at a fortitude save or die.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, first of all, he takes triple damage and has to make a fortitude save. A 19, I'm going to assume, succeeds there. So, It slashes at the guard and carves right into him with its talons, almost taking his head off. He manages to just pull himself into a less lethal position. However, the eagle's talon closes around the guard's waist, and it grabs him and begins to lift him up into the air. However, it has used all of its actions, so it can't actually get away with him this turn. Meanwhile, you see a figure on the back of the large-scaled creature, a wyvern. You see the figure on the back of the wyvern, and even from here, you can hear as it cries out. It cries out a fearsome battle cry. You hear a scream of vengeance and anger and battle and blood. Cries out over the landscape. And
Am I?
oh right, it only applies to orcs, so it doesn't apply to you or you.
No.
As you hear a shout, cry out, "For the Dark Ones! Kill them all!"
Man. They're part of the Dark Ones?
Dave.
How very kind of them for announcing their intent.
Yeah, and exactly, and it's so obvious that they're bad, you know? They're called the Dark Ones.
Dave, it is your turn.
Well, I have an eagle next to me, do I?
Well, the eagle, you'll have to step down to get within range of the eagle, but there is an eagle there.
How far away is the eagle from me?
Well, you can see on the map it's 10 feet away. You're going to need to step 5 feet to gain range of it.
Alright, so let's see. Why should I not do it? It's only the old thing that revolves around my thing.
And it is currently grappled the guard that was talking to you guys.
I'm gonna rage.
You
Tap
want to
to-
rage? Okay.
There we
You
go.
rage. You tap into your fury and you rage.
Alright. Well, you know, birds have hollow bones.
They do.
Punches.
Okay. So you step forwards with your second action and you attack with your third. So go ahead, make a strike.
No, actually, I have you a better one.
Oh?
Can I grab it so it won't fly away with the guy?
You want to attempt to grab a grapple check on there?
Yep.
Okay, sure. You attempt to grab the bird, and so you want to grab. So go ahead and make me. Oh yeah, cause have you got the
Yes.
combat grab fee? You've got,
I have a
Wrestler.
I am a wrestler.
which means you have combat grab, don't you?
Well, yeah, I can use one of my actions to grapple. Yes.
Yeah, lovely. So go ahead and make a melee strike, and if the strike hits, you grab it. So go ahead and make a strike. So you actually get to make your unarmed attack with your ape fist, as well as grabbing it here, all for one action.
All right. I see. Whoops.
An 18 does hit it.
Oh, how lovely. Take
So-
18.
It takes 18 points of damage as you reach forwards and you, as it's grabbing the guard, you jump forwards and you punch it in the face, and then you wrap what part of it are you grabbing to keep it still?
Well, if I have an access to a wing, that would be
Yep.
the best thing.
So you punch it in the face, then you jump up and grab its wing, and as you wrench its wing down, it has to flap its other wing wildly to stop itself tipping over and throwing its passengers off and into the void. As its passengers almost fall off of it, as you now have grabbed it and have kept it, keeping it in place. It cannot move now. It is immobilized and off guard.
All right, guys, you know what to do.
We do.
Kill the eagle. Well, I can't do much more. That's all 3 of my actions.
Okay. Jomin. You're up, Jomin. What would you like to do? What is your wish?
So,
What? Tell me your desires.
I I could like, so let me see, where am I? Okay, I'm right there. Okay. Cause I was just thinking about, I had a scenario in my head, but now it's gone now because that
It's
would
okay.
make sense. I could charge towards the eagle with my with his short sword.
Yeah, you've got your short sword out and you've got your
like,
shield.
Try to... He could charge at the eagle, run to it, and then just
Yeah,
charge
you could
at
do
it,
that. You could do that if you'd like.
attack it.
What space are
okay.
you going to move
Do I have
to?
enough space though?
You have. You can jump right up on the edge of the ship here and get an attack. No matter what, you're gonna have to be on the edge of the ship to melee attack it.
Okay. Joven will run over here, and then he, like, at first, like, he's like confident, but then he looks down. He's like, like he's just like about to fall, but then he catches himself, and then and then he just has his sword and looks glares at the eagle.
Okay, go ahead.
I can move myself. Okay. And am I able to attack it?
Yes,
No.
yes, you are. Go ahead and make an attack roll. And its AC is
Yeah.
actually
Have I moved?
been
remember.
lowered. Yeah, you've moved. Go ahead and make your attack roll with your sword, and its AC has been lowered by Dave immobilizing it. So well done, Dave.
Shall be.
Okay.
A 26. That's a critical hit. So, go ahead and you're using your short sword, yeah?
Oh, okay.
So if you're using your short swords, go ahead and roll your critical damage.
Okay.
So roll critical damage, because you critically hit it. 12 damage.
Sorry.
So, you also have a +2 bonus to attack rolls until the end of your next turn. So you run forwards and you halter the edge a bit, but then you take advantage. You jump up as the eagle is thrashing about trying to get loose. Its head comes close to you, and you bring your sword up and you stab it right in the eye.
Ooh.
And you kill the eagle.
Oh, guess who's gonna fall down?
Which means there are now 3 people on the eagle's back that are on a dead eagle's back. As you stab the eagle in the face, it thrashes, Dave lets go of the wind, and the eagle begins to fall with these people on its back.
Bye-bye.
The one at the back who's furthest away from the ship has got no chance, and they are just going to fall. And they're definitely a goner, like... well, actually, they could be saved, but they fall. What's falling speed?
Yes.
Let me check falling. See how far they fall. I
Why do I feel
realized that this could happen.
I'm just happy things dying.
Falling.
I feel kind of bad. Am I supposed to feel bad?
No, don't feel bad. This doesn't say how treat falls longer than 1,000. It doesn't say how far. How far does a creature fall? Can a creature fall in one turn? Falling objects. Falling. If you fall for more than 5 feet, you take bludgeoning damage. You fall about 500 feet in the first round of falling, and about 1,500 feet each round thereafter. Oh, wow. Wow! So, they've fallen 500 feet. I don't think anything here has enough speed to save them.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult task to potentially to save somebody from falling. That's only really a movies thing.
So, that person is definitely dead. You guys are like 20,000 feet in the air. These other two are gonna get to make reflex saves to try and save themselves. To try and jump off and land on the ship. That's one, and...
Oh yeah! One of them succeeds.
Wow, so, the two orcs... So, you saw there were 2 orcs and a human with a bow on the back. The one orc jumps over Jomin, landing on the other side, while the other one jumps down next to Memory and Dave. That guard was grabbed by the eagle at the time of its death.
Oh,
I'm gonna say the eagle does let go of him when it dies.
I mean, if it's dead, it
Yeah.
can't really
It
collect
can,
it.
but it's like, would it accidentally drag him off? But the eagle falls, as does the archer that was on the back screaming. As those two fall, as the 2 orcs jump clear and land on the ship, both with weapons drawn, both facing you guys angrily. But Jomin, you have 1 action left. And you have +2 to attack rolls until the end of your next turn.
Take the orc.
He charges at the orc, at one of the orcs.
Yeah, well, there's an orc right next to you if you'd like to. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
He stabs. He's gonna stab you. Okay.
That's no good. That's not good.
Another one.
Damn it, Joe.
You drop the
Damn it.
weapon used for the attack. It lands a certain amount of feet away from you in a random direction.
Oh boy, which
Right.
direction?
Let's go
I'm
off
rolling the
ship.
d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1d8 times 5 feet away. 5 times 5. Okay, it lands 25 feet away from you.
No.
In this direction. So, Jomin, as you spin and you slash at the orc with your +1 short sword, it bats the sword out of your hand, and the sword flies past this way. I question whether I let someone along that line attempt to catch it as it flies past.
No, not my sword.
I will allow either Dave. Dave is the only one who could possibly catch that sword before it goes over.
What am I supposed to roll for it?
Make me
If
a
you want this goes no.
acrobatics check
Acrobatics?
to catch something. I'd say would be a dexterity based roll, which would be acrobatics.
Oh, I got +7. Pray to Jesus.
Oh man.
That's not enough.
What?
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna hero point
hero
it.
point it? Okay. Okay, chosen one.
Yeah. fuck you, my sword.
So the sword, Dave reaches out of his hand, and the sword flies just short of his fingertips. But as it falls, tendrils burst out of Engie and wrap around the hilt of the sword and put it back into Dave's hand. Dave now has Jomin's sword.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Uh,
That's amazing.
okay.
But yeah, Jomin, you're currently unarmed, and Dave has your sword.
Trust me, I don't like your sword in my hand.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
but that is the end of Jomin's turn. And next up is the Wyvern. As the Wyvern flies towards you all.
Okay.
The Wyvern, first of all, flies up. It flies upwards. It flies up about 60 feet into the air. Well, not 60 feet. It flies up about 40 feet into the air and a bit forwards. Its rider upon its back. And then it dives. As once it is high in the air, the Wyvern dives. And
Oh, it dies? Good.
it dives.
Wait, it dives? The wyvern dives and dives.
The Wyvern dives down from the air. Is that what? Did I calculate distance right? No, I didn't.
Oh.
It flies forwards and then it dives. So it flies forwards to here, and then it dives 60 feet from there. So it dives down and dives into a right behind you guys. And as it does so, it attacks with its claw at Memory. Memory does a 26 hit you.
Let me check what my AC is now.
I think it is.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So, your AC is 21. That's not bad. As the Wyvern dives down, it strikes you with its claw, and the power of this movement, just as it plows into you, drives you to the floor. You are knocked prone, and you take 17 points of damage.
Oh.
As the Wyvern enters the fray. And you can see now the ride on its back. This orc dressed in armor with a large, almost like flagpoles sticking out of its back with draped fabric hanging off of it. The draped fabric is a black fabric with a symbol on it in yellow.
Oh.
A weird...
Is this the same symbol as before?
It's a weird yellow symbol that perhaps you have seen it before. I don't remember. What was the one you saw before? Was it the one I think? Oh, what was the one? What was the one you saw before?
The star-shaped one.
Memory does not remember.
It's so it's like a three-pronged yellow symbol, with a circle in the center and three strange sort of almost like arms coming off of it. And it in fact is I believe I have a picture of the symbol that I can show you somewhere. As this... Yes, I do have a picture of the symbol. I will show it to you guys. And I will show it to our audience as well. As you see this symbol.
Oh no, Aster.
Just ignore the name of the symbol. That's just for my benefit. As you see this symbol appear... well, it's not appear, but this symbol is... Oh, the audience can't actually see it. But you see this symbol on the the black fabric that is hanging off of this guy's sort of flagpoles that are hanging off of his back. As this guy is clearly, whoever he is, this is clearly the person that's in charge here. This is clearly the boss, or the boss man, the guy leading these raiders and these attackers. And as he sees Memory get struck down and fall from the force of the blow, he just laughs. There we go. There we go. That's how I can show it. Woo. That is the end of the Wyvern's turn, and the Priestess of Pharasma sees all of this happening, and the Priestess of Pharasma runs from where she is. She's sort of inside the building part. She runs out. It is her turn. I don't know what you're talking about, Foundry. She runs out and she points a finger. She points her hand at the creature. And as she does so, her holy symbol, the symbol of Pharasma, glows brightly. And a blaze of energy, a blaze of light, holy light, blasts out of her hand towards the creature. She rolls bad. That was a bad roll. As the blast of light fires at the creature, it flaps its wings and adjusts its body, and the light blazes past and shoots off into the sky as she curses at failing her attack. The second giant eagle does not throw its life away quite as badly and hopelessly.
No, come here, birdie. Come here, birdie.
As the first one.
Come
Instead,
here, birdie.
Pretty bird.
Pretty bird.
Pretty bird.
Pretty, who's my pretty little bird?
instead it flies. It flies 60 feet, but staying up in the air. And it flies up with these guys on its back. I'm just gonna put them there because I can't see them when they're behind it. As it flies up and flaps its wings, hovering above, it actually... No, not there. It actually flies past you guys. And over, back this way. Towards the back of the ship.
Oh my.
As it flies towards the back of the ship with its passengers on board. You realise it is flying direct back to where the kin is, as the kin is held at the back end of the ship.
Won't the king be inside the ship?
Yeah, the kin is inside, but it's like an entrance. He's inside around the back, and there's an entrance. There are entrances around the back end. Also, the guard whose turn it is has apparently disappeared off of the map.
Well, well, well.
Somehow. I can see where his token is, and he's apparently somehow left the map.
He
How
doesn't want to be a human anymore.
how is this even possible? How he doesn't want to. Yeah, just doesn't want to be in the battle.
He's thrown himself overboard the second a dragon's shown up.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll copy and then... There we go. Paste this token there. Wonderful. I've got his token here. Right here. Lovely. He was stirred over by the giant AA cannon. However... With the enemy having closed so fast... Oh! Yeah, the other guards also glitched over the back off the end of the map. They should be standing guard here. That's the weird glitch with Foundry, you know, when you try and move one token and it moves a different token instead as well.
Maybe it's a glitch, or maybe it's just sadly not seeing that the other one's also selected.
So this guard actually runs. He spends his turn to run towards the kin as he shouts out, "Protect the kin!" and starts running into the building, the inside part of the ship towards the kin. Memory, what do you want to do?
Memory will attempt to cast hydraulic push on the orc next to her.
Hydraulic push. Okay. So, go ahead and make a ranged spell attack.
How do I do that?
So, press attack in the thing now that you've put it into the chat. Just like any other attack.
Excellent. Okay, so it's just the same.
A 20 will hit. So, roll damage. So 3d6. It's 3d6 bludgeoning damage. And the enemy is knocked back 5 feet. So, how does memory do this? What does this look like? This blast of water that knocks the target back. How does this manifest for memory?
From Memory's hand, this dark, icy cold water shoots out and hitting the orc directly in the chest.
Okay. So as the orc so you're doing this while on the floor as well, while prone.
Yes.
Let's just check. There's no no. I don't think you'd have enough penalties to make you miss while prone. You just have less AC and -2 to attack rolls, but you still would have hit even with that. So as the orc sort of raises his sword, his weapon down to plunge it into you, now that you're on the floor, you bring your hands up and blast this cold water that strikes him and actually knocks him up off of his feet. 5 feet back, he lands on the very edge of the ship. Like right there, he's literally half on, half off. He lands right on the edge and almost tumbles off, but not quite. Actually, I'm gonna make him make a roll to see if he does. Nope, he does fall off.
Oh.
So he falls, and he's going to attempt the grab an edge reaction. So he has to make a reflex save, usually at the climb DC. So he has to make another reflex save here. What's the climb DC? Turns the DC based on nature, the incline, and environmental. I'm gonna say 15 is just enough to pass. He is now hanging onto the edge, and is sort of here hanging onto the edge of the ship. I'm gonna say he is definitely off guard because of that, as he's now stuck on the very edge, just hanging for dear life. That was your first 2 attacks. Your first 2 actions.
Yeah.
What is your third action?
First 2 actions.
Would you like to get up from prone with your last action?
So I think I would quite like to get up off the floor as my final action.
Okay, you pick yourself up from the floor. The wyvern still, it's like flapping its wings and hovering right next to you. The orc warrior that stands by Jomin and had knocked Jomin's weapon out of his hands now has their turn, as it wields a huge orc neck splitter, and it swings at Jomin with this huge weapon with a 15 to hit. Does that hit you, Jomin? What is your armor class?
Let me. 13.
It's 19. So it doesn't hit you. However, it then makes an attack at Dave. It basically sweeps the weapon around in one big sweep to try and hit Dave. Dave, does a 20 hit you?
Barely.
Yes. Okay. So that hits, which means that you are going to take damage. And I believe because of the ability on this weapon, you're going to take an extra 1 damage for whatever it rolls. Dave, you take 11 points of damage as its weapon, although it misses Jomin, its slash is aimed just right to cut into your thigh and draws blood from you.
Well, yeah.
So it was aimed at Jomin's head, and because Jomin's head height is thigh height.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, it's almighty.
And it uses its last action to 5-foot step away from that edge, from the edge, and back that way. Actually, no, it's gonna be back. It's 5-foot steps to here, so that it's not by the edge anymore. The wizard that's protecting the kin doesn't do anything at this moment because there's no enemies within sight, and he's not going to leave the kin, so he's going to...
Can he not hear the commotion?
He can, but his job is to protect the kin first and foremost. So he's gonna assume that you guys got it handled, and he actually he can ready. He will ready an action. He will ready. Let's see. It has to be a single action or 3 actions, so he can't ready any 2-action spell. Okay, no, he doesn't want to use any of his spells. Actually, he will cast a spell as he brings his hands together, and 3 more of hymns appear and start swirling around him as he casts mirror image upon himself. and then steps in front of the kin to protect him. From atop the giant eagle, an archer, the archer who is sat atop the giant eagle, actually makes a shot from their perch. That's a bit far. They make a shot at... They see an easy target in Matilda, who has, until recently, been vomiting over the side. An arrow flies at you, Matilda, from above, with a 19 to hit. It actually misses you, as an arrow flies towards you and buries itself into the floor just right in front of you.
At least my armor class is 20.
A second arrow flies out at the Priestess of Pharasma. With only a 13 to hit, however, this one similarly misses. The archer doesn't... They're going to skip their last action and stay on the eagle's back. The orc warrior, who is on the eagle as well, however, one of the orcs, jumps off the eagle. And lands on the roof. I'm going to say jumping off is one action. And... Is it 30 feet or... Oh, they've got 25 feet. The orc warrior runs and jumps over the edge to where the kinsmen are. Wait, did I get the movements right? You started there. There's jumping off something and falling. That wouldn't be your entire move action, would it? You'd still get to move when you land. I'm good. That's how I'm gonna roll it. So 25 feet, then 5. So the orc jumps down and runs up and takes a strike at one of the guards who are defending the kin. However, these guards, you know, they're the kin's guard, and this orc fails to land a blow as the guard successfully defends against the attack. It would be Gore's turn now, and Gore, let's see, he uses his shovel to attack, and he has spells. Got it.
Spells?
Gore has spells, yeah.
Spells?
He's an oracle. Gore will... He can't reach that attacker. However, RP is in danger... Oh no, RP is on Gore's back. Yep. Oh yeah.
You see, he doesn't use his spells that often because he's never there.
So, Gore with RP on his back. So it's hang on tight. And he runs forwards towards where the attack is happening. And he can't actually attack this turn. Oh, no, wait. Is this... Will this... Nope, this will not be able to hit either. Yep, Gore just moves up close, but not too close for RP's gun. He's going to be cautious. The second orc on the eagle is going to skip their turn for now. Which brings it to RP's turn. RP, what would you like to do?
Well, Well, what do you think I'm gonna want to do? I'm gonna want to shoot. I'm gonna shoot the orc.
Okay, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Just just lift up my gun and just. Ow!
Yeah.
Oh,
Missed action.
Yep.
So, as you lift up your gun, which is almost the size of you,
Yep.
and you pull the trigger, something goes wrong, and the gunpowder ignites in the barrel, but doesn't propel the bullet out, and instead, shards of bullet tumble out the end of the gun, while other shards of bullet misfire out the back of the gun into your leg. And until you are healed, your speed is reduced, and you have the clumsy one condition, which speed
Well-
reduction isn't too bad for you since you ride on gore anyway.
Woe is me.
But you have clumsy. You are now clumsy. You have clumsy one.
What does clumsy do?
You take -1 penalty to dexterity-based checks and DCs, including your AC, reflex save, range attack rolls, and so on and so forth.
Nah, man, I actually this gets reduced. Well, I will then utilize Reckoned Tears, reload, and as I reload, what just happened to me is gonna happen to you. I will demoralize.
Okay. Does it require them to share language with you?
no, they only need to hear.
Let's check demoralize.
If the
Does it
target
understand the
doesn't
language you are
understand the
speaking, or you take a -4 circumstance penalty.
Translate.
Yeah. I know there. However, there are certain. I know there are certain things that let you cancel out that penalty, but I don't think you have that one.
Yes, I actually have it where it's a warning shot where it's a specific action.
Oh, yeah,
where
that's
just
a specific
shoot in the
action.
air.
But for your
And that-
Racketeer's reload, you will have a -4 penalty, but go ahead and make the intimidation check.
Roll. I didn't add the -4.
So that makes it 17.
Yes.
Against its will, that is still a success. So the target becomes frightened as the orc hears the big bang and it sees you pointing this smoking box at it. It doesn't quite he doesn't quite understand what's happening, but he knows that he should be afraid of that thing.
Well, I've reloaded. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay, you have a multi-attack. Even with multiple attack penalty and you're clumsy, you got a natural 20.
Yeah, from a nat 1
So-
to a nat 20.
That's a hit upgraded to a critical hit. So go ahead and roll critical hit damage.
What I
So
yeah,
critical.
critical. Yeah. Whee!
Fatal D8. 11
11.
points of damage. You know, your gun normally does 1d4 damage. But on this crit, it has done 11 points of damage. This is why critical hits with firearms are so amazing. You blast, and you actually strike the target in its throat. And though it isn't a lethal shot, you see as it tries to roar out, its voice is like, you've destroyed its voice box. If it could cast spells, it would currently be sort of blocked from casting spells with a verbal component. It can't cast spells anyway, so... But you have severely injured this orc.
Well, that's the end of my... Shoot myself and shoot the enemy, you know?
Yeah, overall, job well done.
All of his work.
All in a day's work of trying to shoot a firearm that is the size of you.
The guard next to the orc tries to take advantage of the opening you have created by striking at it. However, even though the orc has been taken back majorly by your attack, he is still on guard enough to defend against the guard's attempts. And the guard's first attack fails. However, the guard's second attack is able to land. As the guard does indeed land 6 points of damage onto the orc. onto the warrior
Wait.
before him.
Wait, is he attacking the guy who's literally hanging for his life?
No. This is the guy inside the
Oh,
cabin.
God.
Ah, never mind.
And then he steps to the side as the other guard runs forwards to try and also help here, and tries to strike him with a club, and does actually hit. And you see the two guards just as the orc is reeling from being shot in the throat, the two guards jump up and just start clubbing the orc warrior onto the ground, and they club him until he is dead. Meanwhile, the guard here has to choose between an orc who's hanging off the edge or a wyvern.
LD orc.
He looks between the two of them, looks at the wyvern, sort of like, oh, hell no. And instead, he swings his long sword down towards the orc who is hanging off of the edge. However, as he brings his sword down, the orc actually shifts his body, and the blade bites right into the edge of the airship, right next to the orc's head, missing.
Try again.
He does indeed try again, and attempts to strike, and this time he actually hits.
Thank you.
And with his second attack, he rather annoyedly, he just slashes the sword down and cuts off one of the orc's arms, one of the orc's hands, and the orc curses at him in orcish once before falling, to its death, as if falling, not screaming but just cursing in orcish.
I mean, this is good for fertilizing the land.
The guard decides it's not gonna risk its third attack at the moment, but it does move. It sort of steps up to try and get. Either way, it's gonna be flanked, by there. The guard's gonna forfeit his third action because he doesn't have anything to do with it. Matilda, you see Memory, Dave and Jomin entangled in one battle. You see the kin on another side, not doing much while his wizard just stands there, and there's a dead orc. What are you doing?
Depending on the range, I want to start off with. Come on, Amelia, you can speak. With Inspire Courage.
Inspire Courage.
Depending
So
on the range.
the range of Inspire Courage is 60 feet. So from where you are, none of your ally. Actually, I think from where you are, the only person you're gonna get are Gore and Arpy.
Okay. Right, I might move over
And
towards
the Priestess of Pharasma.
That was by about 20 feet then?
Yeah.
Is
Where
that
would you
about
like to
20
move
feet
to?
here?
20 feet can get you to there. Or to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this get me in like 60 feet with the others, or does this get me further
Yes,
away?
this gets you within range of the rest of the group.
In that case, from here I'll do Inspire Courage.
Okay, so you run up, and how do you inspire the courage into your allies in this time of peril?
I'm like, come on, we can do this. It may be an ambush, but this is the reason why we're on this ship in the first place. Come on, speak. Like, we figured out about the curse of the living dead and killed that guy, and he's meant to be the most powerful wizard.
It's just a big lizard. Who wrote that?
Me.
Really,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I didn't realize I had Matilda selected.
Oh, I see. I see. Inspire Courage in the remaster has been renamed Courageous Anthem. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Courageous Anthem. But there we go. You inspire your allies with these wise words. I think you also inspire yourself at the same time. And you have one final action. What would you like to do with your last action?
I'm tempted. Why am I getting so tongue-tied?
It's okay.
Is your shield drawn?
I think so, but I'll double check. I might actually raise that just in case, because I know that there's the eagles about.
Yep. Your shield is not currently drawn. Your spear is, but your shield is not. You could draw your shield. You'd like to draw your shield?
Yes, please.
No problem. Go ahead and draw your shield. As you pull your shield from your back, ready to use it to protect yourself. And that is Matilda's turn, which brings us back to the top of the round. That eagle is dead, so the Orc War Chief's turn. As he cries out once again as he shouts at the other Orc up here. Kill them, you lout, or it'll be your head next. As he shouts that out, and then from atop his steed. From atop his steed, he swings down. Actually, from atop his steed, he throws a javelin at Dave.
Why? Everyone hates you, apparently.
Does an 18 hit you?
Nope.
No. As he throws the javelin at you, you bat it away, and it flies over the edge of the ship. You only hope it won't hit someone on the way down.
Currently survival, that hope.
And with his also, the ferocity. I forgot ferocity is a thing. The orc ferocity. So when they fall all the way to their deaths, they can survive on 1 HP. Yeah, no,
they could.
No, that I would obviously rule that an insta death, such as falling 10,000 feet, is insta death. He draws a second javelin and he throws that down at Memory. Memory, does a 23 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Well, in which case, you take damage as the spear manages to cut across your flank as it flies past you. You take 9 points of damage. Fort sort of squawks in a distress, lets out a distressed squawk as you get hurt. And that is the Orc War Chief's turn. Dave, you're up.
I have a question. Like dropping the sword to Joman, that counts as a free action.
You could drop the sword on as a free action.
But then imagine Jomin will have to use an action to pick up.
Or you could use an action to pass it to Jomin.
Let's see what would be the smartest thing to do. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna use an action to pass the sword to Jomin.
Okay, Jomin, you get your sword back.
And I'm gonna do pro gamer move.
Everything seems to be a pro gamer move with you.
Whee!
What are you doing? You're jumping around that way?
I'm gonna get there so I can technically...
Well, as you do that, the Orc Warrior makes an attack of opportunity at you.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck.
Take 2 billion damage.
Does 12 hit you? Wow, that was terrible.
No.
That was a terrible roll, Orc. That was such a terrible roll. So it tries to slash it. He tries to slash at you as you jump out out of the way, and you circle around to the other side of the wyvern. You are now flanking the wyvern.
Yes, and now I want to grab the wyvern.
You are
Same way I
okay.
grab the eagle.
Attempt a strike against the wyvern.
What do I get? It's not the advantage. What do I add for?
The flanking lowers its AC.
Well, that comes automatically then. How about we?
Oh
come
my
here?
goodness! You just critically hit the wyvern. This
Come here,
wyvern.
boy.
This wyvern is a level 5 creature. Oh no, you're level 4
I-
actually. You guys are level 4. You're not that far behind it. But oh my goodness, you
I
just critically
am-
hit it. Go ahead, roll
I-
critical hit damage. This is
I told
bludgeoning,
you-
isn't it?
I
The
told
target is
you,
knocked
Ekpi.
prone.
I told you, Ekpi, it's a pro gamer move.
Is that
22.
22 damage? So, it is knocked prone, by the way, and stunned. So, as you circle around the edge, the wyvern tries to bite you. You bring your fist up, and you uppercut the wyvern straight into the jaw. Its head snaps back, and it falls prone. As it does, the orc on its back also falls off its back, and he has to make a reflex save, or he's going to fall prone. He passes, so he lands on his feet next to it.
Well, I still hold it.
But it is prone, so you can grab it if you want, but it is prone, and it is also stunned.
Well, you see, I only called. I'm gonna grab it, so it would make. It's still alive, so I'm gonna still hold it.
You wanna? Okay.
Besides, I might use it as a weapon to bash the orc.
So the creature remains grabbed, and okay, so you grab the target, and you don't even have to roll for that. You automatically grab it when you attack it. So
And then I look at the orc.
the orc has fallen off it, and he seems very surprised by you cold cocking his wyvern in the face. You have one action left.
No, I did a movement, I did a thing, I did a sword, so that's all 3.
Oh yeah, that is all 3.
Yeah.
So,
So that's gonna be end of my turn.
Jomin, it's your turn. You have been given your sword back. You are inspired.
Okay.
So you currently have an extra +3 to your attack rolls, by the way, because of both your inspiration and your previous critical effect, Finn. There is an orc in front of you.
Okay.
You're right on the edge of the ship. This is a dangerous place to be.
Oh,
Yeah, I would move
I
away
should
if I were you.
move. Yeah, he's gonna move.
Yep. Where would you like to move to with your first action?
Um,
You can sort of like move. You can't move
see,
onto that space,
uh,
but you could move like around the other
right.
way,
there.
around the guy. Okay, so you move around the orc to the other side of him, and what do you want to do next?
Right there.
Yep, that's a good spot.
He's yes. And he's gonna swing at him. Like
Go
his
ahead,
sword at
make an
him.
attack roll.
Alright.
A 19. Because you've got so many pluses this. That actually does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. As you swing your sword, and last time this guy knocked your sword almost off the edge of the boat, but this time you swing it, and you as he makes to try and knock it off and knock it out of your hand again, you duck down and bring it down in a little jab towards his stomach. You don't get very deep, but you do cut, and he seems taken aback and surprised by your sudden attack. You have one action left. What do you want to do?
Can I strike him again?
Go ahead, make a second attack with multi-attack penalty. So it's
which one?
the +7 button.
Oh, okay. Oh no! Ah,
Youch.
Oh no.
So
he lost his grip.
you tried to take
Please,
advantage.
I can't save it forever.
You try to take advantage of your. You try to take advantage of your surprise attack, and you bring your blade back up, trying to swing and take his head off. But he just steps back out of the way, and as you realize you have swinged too wide, you have left yourself open for his attacks. That is the end of your turn. It is the wyvern's turn.
Oh, you're stunned. You're doing just shit.
Wow. So it's got stun too, which means it loses its first 2 actions, and so it only gets 1 action this turn.
And, well...
So it's going to let's see. So oh my god, it is prone, it is grabbed, so it loses its first 2 actions. It's grabbed, so it can't move. Technically it can still try to attack, but it's in a terrible position at the moment. This is not a good position for it to be in. As you're holding it down now, as it shakes its head and it sort of recovers from its from the stunning, it starts trying to writhe and shake. It is not happy with you grabbing it, and it swishes out at you with the stinner at the end of its tail. It's got like so many minuses to this.
That's what I'm betting on. Please, hit yourself. I beg you.
Oh wow, the wyvern actually has an ability where it flies while holding someone and then drops them. That's actually an ability it has.
Yeah.
Right,
Good
it
thing
attempts to
I'm holding
attack
it.
you. Tell me, does a 24 hit you?
No shit. Yeah, it does.
Well,
How did it get 24 with all
Well-
of the minuses?
it had a -2 from prone, but its modifier is +13. You were giving it like major minuses to its AC and -2 to its AC and -2 to its attack.
And
But-
how much past that?
Be right
It
back.
does manage to hit you, and
Yeah,
I need
Yeah.
you to make me
a card.
I need you to make me a fortitude save. You take, as it
Well,
stabs you, you take 12 piercing damage, and I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Give me a second. I'm decent at fortitude. Let me reroll that.
Decent. You have decent fortitude, but do you have good luck?
Well, let's try. Let's try again. Nah.
What did you use to reroll that? Was that a hero point?
Yeah, it was a hero point.
You do have your you do have your chosen one ability that you have never used.
Yeah, but I kind of still want to not use this again.
You want
know
to
what?
keep that. You want to keep that for.
I mean,
You want to keep it for something special.
the thing is, the Wyvern's poison is bullshit. I don't know what it actually does 100%, but I know it's gonna hurt a lot. So maybe I do kind of want to succeed.
You're gonna need a 20 to succeed. By the way, it's a DC 20 fortitude save. You're gonna need a result of 20.
Ah, fine.
Do you wish to use your fin?
Give me a second. Where is that?
So it's a free action that you have, and it just
I
lets you
know.
reroll the check.
Yep. Fuck it. I'm gonna use it. Yep, that helps.
Okay. So you avoid taking the poison damage, which would have been a fair amount.
I know, that's why I was highly debating.
So as the wyvern's tail stings into you, you feel the sting, and you feel the poison begin to flow through your veins, but you concentrate deeply on the power of the prophecy, and you don't know how, but you the poison recedes from your body. You have used prophecy's pawn, and
It do be like
you
that.
cannot use it again for the next 24 hours or until I use it.
Yep.
So
Until the DM uses it?
So,
yeah,
any time within
because-
the next 24 game hours, I can force you to re-roll a successful saving throw, attack roll, or skill check, as fate balances the scale.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funky.
You,
exactly.
you're using twisting fate to your side, but
back.
the scale must be balanced. But, however, the Wyvern's one action this turn doesn't help it that too much.
Wait,
Uh,
what happened?
The
I
Wyvern
survived one
attempted-
more turn.
Yeah, you survive one more turn. The Priestess of Pharasma, nobody's too badly hurt at this moment, so she doesn't need to do any healing yet. The
No,
Priestess
I
of
don't-
Pharasma...
Wait, what do you mean? I'm on 18 HP.
Oh, wait, you are on 18 HP. How far away are you from... How much your way? So, the Priestess of Pharasma runs...
I'd hope a priestess of Pharasma would help me.
Nah, you're fine.
As
you're
she runs
fine.
down, she...
You're the champion.
As she runs down, she casts her hand towards Memory, and you see a golden glow shines out from her hands and twists around the battlefield into Memory as she casts her healing spell. Memory, you recover 35 HP.
Praise be to Pharasma.
Yeah, this is the priest, the head priestess of Pharasma.
Only 35.
You get 30. You are now fully healed as your wounds close up, as you feel the energy and the healing energy surround you.
Time for some vengeance.
The giant eagle's turn as it flies in a bit of a loop, as it flies this way, and as it reaches there, one of the orcs, the orc that was on its back, falls off of its back and sort of jumps and lands. What's that? 10 feet down. He does take 5 points of damage from the fall. And then the eagle continues its flight around in a circle. This way. With the archer still on its back. Let me just, the guard who is off the map, which is, this guy. As a fresh orc enemy strolls into the fray, that got his eyes set on the kin. The guard runs up to challenge him, attacking with a lawn spear. And he does manage to strike the assailant for a small amount of damage. No, a large amount of damage, 11 points of damage, as he runs forward and strikes him, and then tries to strike him a second time. Actually, it's a lawn spear; he has reach, so he's not going to be that close to it. As he just starts stabbing at the orc who jumps down, and actually stabs him once in the gut and then once in the chest. As you see this orc blindsided from the side and stumbles backwards, a bit taken aback. Memory. I might have given you guys a few too many friendly NPCs. I thought this battle was going to be a lot harder. I thought the wyvern. I thought I better put in a few extra friendly NPCs to balance out the wyvern.
What
Well,
wyvern?
no, to be perfectly honest, if they're gonna be fucking engaging a fucking king's escort, there's gotta be plenty of fucking things to protect them.
Yeah.
It would make sense, especially
on.
when you have a Dave.
Let me just add a few extra enemies.
Oh no! You said 3
But
pigs.
another dragon appears.
Pardon?
Another dragon appears.
And a full dragon appeared. Oh no, wait! I have the perfect token for this. A young red dragon appears.
Well, I can grapple it.
You can't. You probably could actually.
I can grapple up to huge creature.
Okay, but no, a young red dragon does not appear. But whose turn is next? Memory, your turn is next.
Does moving fort count as one of Memory's actions?
You use Fort is familiar. You use 1 action to command fort and give fort 2 actions. That's how commanding familiars works, basically.
Okay, and yeah.
Because
So...
and that's actually you because you got the familiar pet fin, so you can use the command action and give it 2 actions.
I mean, I suggest you
Let
can.
me... Well, yeah, but I have something that has a slight AoE, and I want fort out of the way so I don't hit him.
Ah. Well, but wait. What doesn't the bird have a way to like? It has its own movement.
Is it?
I mean, it should. Didi, does the bird have? Does the bird have its own movement?
The bird has a movement speed, but you command it and then it will use its movement speed and it will do whatever it will do what you want it to.
Ah, so it's not gonna move on its own.
No, he'll wait because it's familiar. He will wait until he's commanded. He's very loyal and very very well trained.
Loyal to a fault.
I cannot remember what the movement speed is, but I don't need to move him very far.
You can open up his character sheet and you'll see him there. So he's got 25 feet movement speed on flying speed. He's got 20 hit points, and you can see he's got the few other fins and abilities.
I can't quite get to there.
So you want him to fly? Oh, see.
I just need him just out of the way. Like, he
Yeah, you
could
could do
go
that.
and join Matilda as 2 actions.
He could do that if you want him to with his 2 actions.
Memory commands Fort to fly out of the way.
Okay, well, as
And
Fort
Fort-
flies past, the Orc War Chief swings a great club at Fort with an opportunity attack. And does an 18 hit Fort is the question, and the answer is no, because Fort has 21 armor class. So he tries to swat Fort out of the air, but misses. Fort squawks at him, "Caw!" and lands by Matilda. Sort of looks up at Matilda like, "Caw!"
And with my 2 actions left, I would like to punish him for trying to attack Fort.
What are you going to do?
I cast Acid Splash.
Okay. This splatters your target and nearby creatures. Okay. And you're targeting the Orc War Chief?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a spell attack roll against him as you... how are you doing this?
Once again, because Memory is yet to draw a weapon, Memory doesn't appear to have any weapons.
And remember, you can spell strike because you're a Magus.
I can, but drawing a weapon would be an action,
Oh,
and
did you
it
not?
takes
You
2 actions.
didn't draw at the start of the fight.
No. Also, Memory is kind of trying to keep their identities secret. Remember?
Oh yeah, you've
don't-
not got the mask on, have you, at the moment?
I
Your
do,
mask
but it's
on.
hidden by the ring of discretion.
Oh yeah. You just look like Boo Hurt at the moment. Yep, yeah, that makes sense. So you instead you just fire out a splash of acid. It hit. That actually hit. So roll damage, and the wyvern takes 1 point of acid splash damage. So you deal 5 points of acid damage to the orc war chief. As you splash some acid and a little bit of acid hits the wyvern, he like, ugh, as the acid hits his face and sizzles a bit. And he just wipes it off of his cheek, looks at you. Is that all you've got? He says in Orcish. Does Memory understand
I
Orcish?
understand.
You do?
Yes, memories. Oh, that's the thing. Boohurt is half orc. Because memory is in Boohurt's body, does the body remember?
Yes, you do.
Body
The body, you have some like vague, you have like some of Boohurt's vague memories and abilities, including the memory of how to speak Orcish. As this one looks at you like, is that all you've got? Why do you fight for these people? Join me. You may be a halfling whelp, but we can still take you.
No need to fight under your flag. I fight for the goddess Pharasma, and she deems you deserving of death.
All will be under the flag of the kin. Soon enough. That is the end of Memory's turn, which will make it the Orc Warrior's turn. What time do we want to go to tonight?
I can stay more.
Does anyone have to go
Yeah,
specifically soon? We could try and go to 10 and try and finish this battle. However, I am going to say we will take a quick 5-minute break here. Quick 5 minutes drink and toilets break at this moment. As the tension hypes up. So we'll be right back, guys. Woo!
Whoa.
Okay, hello. Welcome back. We're back from our very quick break to wrap up this battle, or try to. Let's see how it goes. We're gonna jump straight back into the battle with the Orc Warrior facing off against Jomin and the Guard. He swings his blade in a wide arc towards the Guard first, attempting to strike him in the face. And with a 27 to hit, that is one off of a critical. If that was one higher, it would have been a critical hit. He does indeed... Also, that was a 19, so one higher would have been a natural 20 anyway. He does indeed hit, as he strikes the Guard for only 6 points of damage. Not much, apparently. But brings, as the blade swings through, it aims straight for down as he sweeps it down towards Jomin to try and hit Jomin with it. And Jomin, does a 21 hit you?
Yeah, because my AC is 19.
It's... Oh, well, right now it's 17 because you're off guard.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
the blade does hit you, Jomin, as it slashes both the Guard and you. You take 8 points of damage. And this is the first damage you've taken this fight as well. As you take 8 points of damage, as the blade from this Orc Warrior actually cuts you. As he cuts you and stabs you in the side with the blade. He actually uses his last attack to try and punch you. And he's got +0 on the rolls. He does miss. And in fact, he probably shouldn't have done that because he does critically miss. You are moved 10 feet in a random direction. One, which is up. So, Jomin, after he slashes you, he tries to punch you. But as you dodge the punch, instead, he stumbles as do you want to just stick your leg out and trip him, basically?
Sure.
As you trip him as he tries to punch you, he stumbles right towards the edge of the ship. The Guard actually takes an opportunity attack at him. And hits. As he takes 12 points of damage from his own fumble. And stumbles right up to the edge of the ship, catching himself just before the edge, just before he goes over. The wizard sees the orc who jumps down to attack the kin. And he casts his hand forwards and fires a single dart of force from his finger that automatically hits and strikes for 7 points of damage, as this dart of force just flies out and hits the orc in the middle of his forehead and just whoosh, goes straight through his brain, and the orc just collapses to the floor. He has been essentially magic missiled.
Magic murdered, more like.
It was force bolt, so it's like a single magic missile all by itself. Yep, that's what the wizard does.
Cast kill you.
Cast die.
He casts kill. The archer atop the only bird left that's 10 feet above your heads fires down at someone. Actually fires at the guard who has been holding his own down with you guys. But the arrow goes wide and flies off of the edge of the ship as she changes target and instead fires her next arrow at Matilda. And this time that's a fumble on her end, as a gust of wind blows the arrow far wide. Her aim is thrown completely off balance, and she has a -2 penalty to her ranged attacks until the end of her next turn. She decides to give up shooting for this turn right there. Gore looks forward, can see that everybody's dead there, so looks at you up and is like, well, I guess we go the other way now.
Yeah, let's go.
And we'll literally just move
Let's
75
save
feet
everyone.
that way. Woo! And RP gets pulled along. And you're running up towards the battle zone. And RP, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You're currently clumsy 1, but that will go
Yeah.
at the end of this turn, I think. Yeah.
It goes at the. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's because I shot myself last.
Yep.
Well, RP's gonna shoot.
Well,
Shoot
your gun
the
isn't
archer.
loaded at the moment.
Oh yeah. Well, first, yeah, Racketeer. I'm gonna demoralize them. Demoralize the archer.
Okay, what do you say to demoralize the archer?
I just start reloading. I can shoot anywhere and everything.
Unlike the
Yeah.
archer, who can't shoot anything at all, apparently. But with a 13, it isn't quite enough to demoralize them. Although they seem a bit annoyed by the fact that they keep missing. You see the archer turns around and
Yeah.
trains their bow on you instead.
Nope. Strike. 23.
23. That, who are you shooting at?
Archer.
Okay, well, that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeet. 2 damage.
So, you shoot and you graze the archer's arm.
and just going to, Racketeers reload again, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna.
believe you can't demoralize the same person twice, can you? Yeah, they're temporarily immune to your demoralization.
Yeah, for 10 minutes. It's just, and it's just kind of, and I just kind of like, I demoralize the bird by then pointing my gun at it. 16.
You would have the bird.
With a
wait,
flashy
wait,
spin.
wait. Actually, does the bird? The bird doesn't understand common.
Oh yeah, it's a -4, so it's 12.
12. I'm afraid that's not enough. The
Yep.
bird doesn't understand what you're doing. It just knows that you look tasty.
I'm a piece of cloth.
Well, that's the
See,
end of
I'm
your
tr-
turn. The guards who are inside just commit to guarding the kin. While the guard here attacks the wyvern. Because, this guard is apparently the best of guards who has survived this entire fight. He attempts to
This guy is just a member of the party at this point. We will ask him his name afterwards.
It is the return of Sir Chadius.
Sir Chadius.
The guard slashes down with his sword, but the wyvern wiggles out of the way. Even though it's grabbed by Dave, it manages to wiggle its limbs out of the way and avoid getting slashed by the guard's sword. The guard tries once again to stab the prone wyvern, but with a 17, this time almost manages to land his blade right into its chest. But the wyvern's wing comes up and knocks him off balance. This is annoying to the guard, but sort of what he expected, and instead he He's going to 5-foot step away to move towards helping Jomin with finish off the archer. No, not the archer, the warrior. Matilda, it is your turn. Also, this is only round 2. This has all been this is round 2. But there's very few enemies left now. Matilda, what do you want to do?
She uses the dancer's spear. Takes a step closer to.
Yep, the bird is in the air, but the spear can. Oh, there's the spear thrown. Oh no, the dancer's spear
I
isn't.
put the spear. In that case, can I swap my spear with the lance for my first move?
Swap the spear to like drop the dancer's spear to like one of your throwable spears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you can swap a weapon. Wait, switch weapon. I believe you can just switch. Can you just switch one weapon for another in one action?
So yeah, that'll probably be my first action, and then I'll try and strike the eagle with one of the throwable spears for my second.
Yeah, I'm just searching for. Can you draw? I think it would be a weapon. Action to sheath and an action to draw. I think there's like a specific feat that lets you quick swap.
You can drop as a free action
But you
and
could
then draw
drop it,
as
yeah.
an action.
You can drop your dancer's spear on the floor, which is essentially like sheathing it, and you have to spend an action to pick it back up, and then you draw your spear with one action.
Yeah, I'll drop the.
You could
dancer
also,
spear,
if you wanted,
pick up a normal spear, and then
Okay.
for my third and final action, come on,
throw the spear.
I can speak. Throw it at the eagle.
Okay, go ahead. So with your second action, go ahead and make a thrown strike with your spear. 11 will not hit, I'm afraid. Your spear sails just past the eagle's wing, clattering to the ground near Gorn Arpi. You have one action left, and you don't have anything in your hand other than your shield.
I'll check if my spells can do one turn.
Pardon?
I'll redo Inspire Courage.
Okay. You re-inspire courage. What do you say this time?
We got rid of most of them. Just the last few stragglers now.
You inspire with your courageous voice into all of your allies, which is quite a few people. You have a lot of allies. As you inspire the courage into your allies. The orc war chief sees himself getting surrounded by you guys. He's not too happy here. And he is going to... I know what he's going to do. He is going... He runs forwards, and he's going to attempt a shove roll. A shove on Dave. Dave, tell me what is your athletics, your +2 athletics?
+12.
Okay, it means he has to beat a 22. He fails, so he tries to push you off of the wyvern, and it fails miserably. So instead, he decides to try and bonk you with his great club. However, this does count as a multi attack because the shove counts as an attack. Does the
Yep.
22 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so he smacks you over the head with his great club. For 16 points of damage.
Jesus Christ!
Let go of my mount.
No.
As this guy is able to speak common.
I tell him no.
I'll flay you alive, scum.
You know what? I will tell him no, but in Draconic.
Oh no, wait, no. He rides a wyvern. He would definitely understand Draconic.
Well, that's Wyvern's. Well, is he speaking to the Wyvern in Draconic?
As he does shout at the wyvern in Draconic, which I think only Dave understands Draconic. As he just shouts, "Get us out of here!" But the wyvern's currently grabbed by Dave. So, however, if I remember correctly, when you grab something, you grab it until the end, or is it until the start of your next turn, with the grab.
Which is not yet.
No, until the end of your next turn. Right. So it's, you're still grabbed at the moment. It is your turn, Dave. You've got the wyvern grabbed with one hand. You're pinning down its wing. It's struggling against you.
Alright, the dragon. Does the dragon look? Does the wyvern looking like decently injured?
It's got a couple of missing scales. It's been a little bit injured. It's not bloodied, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm the one who's supposed to hold the dragon. I hope the goddamn priestess might heal me next turn. So I'm gonna go for the tanking. I'm gonna do. We're gonna do the good old 1-2 combo.
The 1-2 combo.
Well, first things first, I want to reapply the grab if you say it's gonna end.
Right, it'll end at the end of your next turn, or when the creature escapes, whichever comes first. At the end of this turn.
Well, can I essentially reapply it?
You can make another combat grab attack at it, yeah, and then basically grab. Basically, if you hit, you'll keep it grabbed for an extra turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Go ahead, make an attack.
All right. 28.
Reroll that attack.
All right. 27.
Okay, yeah. As much as fate tries to balance things out, you do still hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Take 24.
Bloody hell! Why did I give you that plus that? Why did I give you that extra die rune? No, this is fine. So you bring your fist down and smack it into the face of the wyvern again. You basically punch its face into the floor. You see blood spurt from the wyvern as you readjust your grab and keep it contained.
She's feeding time.
Are you? Oh, so you NG gets a critical hit. What was NG's damage again? It's.
I don't know.
Hold on. I think I wrote it down on NG.
I think it's 2d8.
It's 2d8 plus 4. So critically hits. I've forgotten how critical hits were. Oh wait, I've forgotten. Is it double dice or double damage on critical hits?
It's double damage, I think.
If base damage, yeah, and then it times it. But that also includes the modifier. So go ahead and roll the 2d8 plus 4 damage.
All right. 12.
And double that. So NG's,
24?
and this was the wyvern, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm all wyvering.
So as you grab the wyverns, you readjust to the wyvern's neck and you pin it down with your hand. NG's tendrils lash out and they wrap around the wyvern's neck, and the wyvern starts crying out in pain as you just hear happy murmurs from NG. And as the tendrils withdraw, you see bleeding from several marks across its neck, like bite marks. These were the tendrils spread out and they grew, and they were pretty big tendrils that wrapped around it. Some of the Engi's tendrils there were the size of your arm.
I'm like, oh boy, you extra hungry today.
More.
Oh yeah, just give me a second. I'm gonna whack it once again with the free hand as a third action.
Wait, you've only made 2 actions? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the multi-attack one. 23, I assume hits.
Yes.
All right, take additional 23 damage.
How do you want to kill the wyvern? How do you want to kill the bloody wyvern?
Insane.
You cannot
This is
stop
insane.
Dave. I am the chosen one.
How does Dave want to kill? How does the chosen one want to kill? I even tried to twist fate against you and it didn't work. How does Dave want to kill the wyvern? By the way, this wyvern was meant to survive this fight. It was supposed to survive, but nope. You had the dice had different plans. So how do you want to kill it?
Alright, so first things first, I let it go as it tries to go up.
So
I elbow drop it once again to knock it down. And then I unleash Engie to bite into it, and then I snap open its jaws.
Okay. So as you there go and it tries to lift off and grab for the orc chief, you smash it into the floor, and then Engie's tendrils lash out. The orc chief jumps at you to try and stop you, and some of Engie's tendrils actually fly towards him, and they wrap around his limbs and lift him up into the air, holding him in place. Not biting him, but just holding him in place as the rest of Engie's tendrils begin wrapping around the head and neck of the wyvern. More tendrils than you have ever seen come out of Engie come out, and they start wrapping around the entire body of the wyvern, and with a unnatural strength, its body is lifted up about 5 feet above your head. And you you hear it crying out in pain. And then the tendrils, with one jerk, they make a very sudden jerky movement, and they jerk violently and then drop. As you see, as they jerk apart, the tendrils wrap around either end of the jaw, wrap around both the top and bottom jaw separately, and then jerk in one motion, ripping the wyvern's jaw open and dropping it to the floor. As the orc chief pulls himself, manages to sort of rip the tendrils off of him and drop down before he gets any bites. But as he sees the wyvern fall, "No! You will pay for that!"
I'm gonna deadbeat in the ass, look at his face, and be like, I let go. I can't do much more. I was everything on it.
Oh my goodness.
This is why you don't count for Dave.
Well, that happened.
Just annihilates a iron.
I think Dave's new nickname is Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, wow, that happened. I'm stunned. That is your turn, Dave.
Yep. Can't do much more.
Jomin, what would you like to do? It is your turn, Jomin. Oh my goodness. You straight up killed the wyvern.
Yeah, I know. My computer was freezing up. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, is the organ still in front of me?
Yeah.
Yes, there is still an orc in front of you.
Okay, so I'll attack it.
Him off. Push him off.
Okay, you're just gonna stab at him? Or what are you gonna do?
I want to use. Let's see. I want to use divine lance.
You are
Maybe?
point blank
Can I
divine
use
lance him?
that?
You can, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can point blank divine lance him if you want. Go ahead, make an attack.
Sure. Okay. Good. And attack. There we go. Oh.
A 26 to hit.
20.
You might not be, you probably won't be surprised to know that, yeah, that does hit. Go ahead,
Yeah.
roll damage. So, do you, say,
think I'm, like-
do you say anything to him before you do this? Oh, actually, hold on. Monsters would... So, he actually doesn't die from this. He survives on 1 HP because he's an orc! This is the first orc who hasn't just been thrown off the edge. Oh, no, actually, those orcs over... Wait, no, 2 orcs over there were killed. They technically should have survived longer, but oh well.
Suddenly they come back.
Undead
They're
and
playing
orcs.
dead.
Undead and orcs are so annoying to run because you have to remember to use their survival thing. But you blast him in the face and he stumbles right towards the edge, almost falling off. You have 1 more action. What do you want to do?
Well, I was gonna say that I was gonna like blast him off. So I guess can I do it again or?
Well, you have only 1 action, so you can't divine lance, but you could try and push him. You could try to shove him if you wanted. And push him off. Would you like to try
Push
that?
him off. Push him off.
Push him.
Yeah.
Push him off.
He's just like, well,
As the orc says something in Orcish to you that Memory understands to be as he says, "I'm going to tear your guts out through your throat, little pest." But only Memory understands that.
oh.
Unless
Well-
Jomin speaks Orcish, which I don't think Jomin does. Oh, technically Matilda understands that as well, because Matilda speaks Orcish.
Technically also gore.
And Gore, yeah. So half of the party understands it, the other half does not. Oh, although apparently Jomin has some unallocated languages that he should know.
And decides to take a quick crash course in Orcish.
Quick crash course in Orcish. But, would you like to push him? What would you like to do, Jomin? You have 1 action. Jomin? Hello? Jomin? You're muted, by the way. Oh, you wanna push him off? Okay, go ahead and make me a athletics roll, please. Now, this athletics roll will have -5 because of the, multi-attack penalty, which means it's 21, but that's enough. So, as you step forwards to shove him, the orc, shouts at you in Orcish, and you don't understand, but Memory, Matilda, and Gore all understand him. Oh, and does Arby understand Orcish?
No.
No.
I don't think Barbie does.
No. So Matilda, Gore, and Memory all understand as he shouts out, "Ugh, you cannot defeat me. I am of the Yellow Banner. I am!" And then Jomin shoves the guy off the edge, and all you hear is, "Ah!" As he's not surviving that.
guess he was not. I guess that being of yellow banner means nothing.
As Jomin pushes him off the edge of the airship. Congratulations, Jomin.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You murdered someone.
The priestess of Pharasma is stood by here. Sorry, says Jomin. The guard next to Jomin says, "Hey, don't be sorry, little one. You did good." Oh wow, yeah, I can still hear him screaming. Hey, shut up down there! Meanwhile, the priestess of Pharasma's turn, as she will but I just hey, he was gonna murder you, okay? Don't feel bad about that, says the guard Jomin. The priestess of Pharasma blast actually she's going to cast heal on Dave because she sees that Dave is pretty badly wounded.
Yeah, Davy's almost bloodied.
So, Dave, you recover 37 hit points.
Blessed be the heals. I am full HP again.
As the Orc War Chief is looking at you, and he sees... As the Orc War Chief sees Dave heavily injured, he raises his club as he says, "I might not survive this, but I'm taking you with me." And then a glow of healing energy flies past him into Dave, and all of Dave's wounds shut and close. His face changes very quickly as his head spins around and he sees the priestess like, "Cursed healers." He looks up. He's certainly not as confident in his ability to
Kill Dave.
And just to rub in, the healer casts she casts shield on herself.
Oh.
Just to boost her own defense a bit and rub it in that he can't get her. As he spreads his arms, the eagle, as the orc spreads. The orc spreads his arms wide as he shouts out, "Uyogasta Gloonie Kreska!" in a language that none of you recognize. And
running.
You see as he shouts this out, you see the eagle that looked ready to dive at Matilda and attack Matilda. Suddenly, its eyes, its feet stops in the midair, and you see its eyes glow yellow, and a yellowish vapor glow spreads out around the eagle, and it suddenly, not under the control of its riders, you see the archer on its back seems confused by its sudden movements as it jolts. As it just changes direction and it flies down. It grabs the orc chief in its talons and flies up again. Whoosh. Flying with him. The archer, rather confused on its back, not knowing exactly what happened, but going with it. As the eagle flies away, Dave, you could attempt an opportunity attack against either the war chief or the eagle if you wanted.
But I don't have the thing.
Oh wait, no, you don't have opportunity attack, do you? No.
No, I don't. That's why I can't.
The eagle flies and begins flying off. As it flies off in the distance with a curse, the guards that you were with as this will be the end of initiative, runs towards one of the cannons. As he runs
They're
towards...
still in range.
Wow, it has 60... I need to... Hold on, I need to count its movements, because it's using all of its actions to move, so... That's 60 feet
If it's still in...
to there. What's your range?
If I were to draw my bow, I have 80 feet range.
Well, it has 60 feet, and it's basically doing this 3 times. So already,
Okay, yeah.
by there, it's out of range. So it does get out of your range. The
Remember
guard...
cannon.
Yeah, the guard runs to the cannon, and he as he powers up the cannon, he lets off a few shots in the direction of the rapidly disappearing figures. As he lets off a few shots into the air, they go wide, and the figures disappear into the distance.
Why are you running?
Forward.
Curses! No, wait, wrong voice. Curses! They got away. Shout to the guard. Not a single guard died in that fight, did they?
No.
Not a single... I heard the guards there. Like, 2 of the guards only had 9 hit points. Or one of the guards only had 9 hit points. And yet...
I am 100% sure this guy would have died if I didn't grab the eel.
oh yeah, that guy probably would have died, but then he ended up being helping as an MVP for the rest of the fight.
I know. That's
So,
why I saved it.
As the
I would
initiative,
like to go up and ask this guy his name.
well, as the combat ends, you go up to the guard and you ask him his name. Well, my name? Well, don't.
I don't have a name. I'm a guard.
The name's Philip Chadius.
It's a pleasure fighting by your side, Sir Philip.
And a pleasure fighting by your side, whoever you are.
Random citizen.
Yes, citizen. And if the enemy gone and if most of the dead bodies fell off the ship, only 3 bodies are left on, including the body of the wyvern. With a few mess to clean. I think we will end the session there for today. Did you guys enjoy? I hope. But we're gonna end it there.
I enjoyed more than the wyvern.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun after session talk, isn't it? Thank you everybody for coming on to play, and thank you to our viewers for watching. This has been a very big combat. But this combat officially marks the transition into the next, I guess, section of the campaign. The next area, so to speak. You're going into a new kingdom. It's gonna be fun. So thank you everybody, and we will see you all next time. So until then, bye.